Robert, Johnny, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. It's very great that on Easter week we're talking about bunnies, but not just any bunnies, the Super Duper Bunny League. Tell me how this series come about.
Hey Manny, thanks for having us. The how it had come about was Jamie Smart's very funny early reader comics that we based the show on. Nickelodeon brought it to us and said, "You want to develop this into a show?" And we said, "Somebody else's comic? Probably not." And we took one look at it and said, "Oh yeah, we like it." And it funny, looks like a cartoon, and it's kind of a perfect thing for us to do.
It looked not, it had a little bit of an older appeal. It didn't look babyish. It felt like we could translate it perfectly to an action comedy.
It's interesting because as I'm watching the episodes, I was having fun with it. I was like, I think this is a little bit more than just preschoolers. I enjoyed the bunnies. I enjoyed kind of their attitudes and some of the funny villains that you guys, based off of the comic that put together. And it makes for a really, really fun show. I think you're gonna have a wider audience than just the preschoolers per se.
Thank you.
Now,
Yeah,
That's what we were going for.
yeah.
You guys have worked in these type of shows for this type of demographic for years now. What have you seen in that time change where you've had to change maybe the way that you approach to making a show for kids?
That's a great
Yeah,
question.
it's a really good question. When we started out, there were just a handful of successful shows or even just available shows in preschool TV, and now there are dozens of them. So it's very hard to come up with something that nobody's done before and give it an original, have an original take on it. Um, so that's pretty much the biggest thing that changes, that there's so many shows. How do you stand out in the crowd?
And for us, because it's an action comedy, because it's a superhero show, we've noticed as we started out on Little Bill, things have pacing has gotten a lot faster.
Mhm.
And so we had to really make sure that we did not leave our audience behind and just lean into what we think is like action. And so, with our storytelling, with our cuts, with all of that stuff, we had to really, really, really be careful not to leave our audience behind. And I think we achieved something right in the pocket of preschool and runs a little older. And to your point, something that you can watch with your parents, and everybody's going to enjoy.
Yeah, I noticed the pacing of it. It's just very bam, 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 quick. Yeah, I don't think you have I don't, just the times you don't have the attention span where you can have a little Bill, you can have a Dora, where it's a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more conversational. No, it's action, 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 and actually bunnies are great for this. What benefit do you see the fact that we've been able to see some of these episodes first on YouTube and things like that, and now that they're going over to Nickelodeon?
Well, our hope is that, you get to know the characters before you kind of tune into the show. And it's been incredible. YouTube is a great way to do that and find the characters and learn about their powers. There's a lot of IP out there right now. I think, to introduce sort of a new property is not impossible, but it's challenging. And the more our audience gets to know our characters, the more they're going to sort of like the show and want to tune in. So it's a great way to deliver that information.
Yeah, it's done really, really well. Now, before I let you guys go, tell me which one. I know these are all your kids, but which one's your favorite bunnies?
Handsome Steve.
Yeah, we love. I mean, it kind of comes down to the bunny that's the most fun for us to write for, and Handsome Steve, we're particularly proud of kind of getting a lovable sort of bro who is sort of, not your macho
Not a jerk.
superhero, not a jerk. And so and H. Michael Croner, who plays Handsome Steve, always brings something different to it. And so he's kind of the most surprising to us and the most fun
We love
for us.
our bunny children equally, but we like one more than the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Character,
some
character, not the actors.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
actors are all. Yeah.
some characteristics work better than others, but you guys have a great voice cast. I'm such a fan of Janelle James, especially what she does in Abbott Elementary, that having her as a narrator is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're
Thank you.
very
We
lucky to
love her
have her.
as well. She's brought a
Uh,
lot to.
Robert, Johnny, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. Congratulations on the debut of Super Duper
Thank
Bunny
you.
League on Nickelodeon, and it was great to get a few minutes with you guys.
Yeah,
Manny,
you
thank
too.
you.
Thanks.